Imagine waking up in the middle of winter. The temperature is below freezing. Snow covers everything. The wind feels like thousands of tiny knives cutting your skin. You have no jacket, no boots, no heater, no house, no supermarket, no firewood stacked outside. And yet, your family survives. Not for one winter, not for 10 winters, but for thousands of years. How? How did ancient humans survive brutal winters before modern clothes even existed? The answer is far more impressive than most people realize.
The problem.
Let's travel back around 40,000 years. The Ice Age was still shaping much of the world. Massive glaciers covered huge regions of Europe, Asia, and North America. In some places, temperatures could drop below minus 20 degrees Celsius. For modern humans, that sounds impossible. Most people assume ancient humans simply suffered through the cold. But that's not true, because by this point, humans had already become masters of adaptation. Nature was trying to kill them, and every winter was a test. Fail the test, and your family line ended forever. Pass the test, and your genes survived to reach the present day, including you.
They weren't actually naked. Here's the first surprise. Ancient humans were not running around completely naked during winter. In fact, evidence suggests humans began making clothing tens of thousands of years ago, but not the clothes we imagine today. There were no factories, no sewing machines, no cotton shirts. Instead, every piece of clothing came from animals. Imagine hunting a giant reindeer. After the hunt, nothing was wasted. The meat became food, the bones became tools, and the skin became protection against winter. Using sharpened stone tools and bone needles, people stitched together primitive coats, trousers, and footwear. It wasn't fashion, it was survival. Every stitch meant another day alive. Fire changed everything. But clothing alone wasn't enough. The real game changer was fire. Imagine discovering something that could create summer in the middle of winter. That's exactly what fire did. At night, temperatures could become deadly. Without warmth, hypothermia could kill within hours. But a campfire changed the rules. Fire provided heat, light, protection, and something equally important, hope. Ancient camps were often built around a central fire. Families gathered together. Stories were told. Knowledge was passed to younger generations. The fire wasn't just keeping people warm. It was preserving human civilization itself. Every great human achievement may owe something to those first winter campfires. The secret of shelters. Now imagine sleeping outside during a blizzard. Even with fur clothing, survival would be difficult. That's why ancient humans became expert shelter builders. Depending on where they lived, people used whatever nature provided. Animal hides, wood, stone, bones from mammoths. Yes, actual mammoth bones. Archaeologists have discovered circular structures built from the bones of giant mammoths. These shelters acted like prehistoric winter homes. Inside, temperatures were far more manageable than the freezing world outside. Humans learned an important lesson. You don't always need to fight nature. Sometimes, you just need to outsmart it. They ate to stay warm. Here's something many people never think about. Food was heat. Your body is basically a biological furnace. The more energy you have, the more heat your body can produce. Ancient humans often relied on high-fat foods during winter. Fat-rich meat from animals like mammoths, bison, and reindeer provided enormous amounts of calories. And calories meant warmth. Imagine eating a huge meal before facing a freezing night. That food could literally help keep you alive. Winter wasn't just a battle against cold. It was a battle against starvation. And often, the hunger was deadlier than the temperature. The power of the tribe. But perhaps the greatest survival tool wasn't clothing, or fire, or shelters. It was each other. Humans survived because they worked together. A lone person in Ice Age winter was in serious danger. A tribe had a chance. Someone hunted, someone gathered fuel, someone repaired clothing, someone watched children. Everyone contributed. This cooperation became humanity's secret weapon. While stronger animals relied on claws, humans relied on teamwork. And teamwork proved stronger than almost anything nature could throw at them. An amazing example. Consider the indigenous peoples of the Arctic. For thousands of years, some groups survived in conditions far colder than most humans could imagine. They developed extraordinary solutions: layered animal skin clothing, insulated shelters, specialized hunting techniques, knowledge passed from generation to generation. Their survival demonstrates something remarkable. Humans aren't the fastest animals. We're not the strongest, we're not the toughest, yet we learned how to thrive in environments that should have been impossible, and that's what makes our species unique. Conclusion.
So, how did ancient humans survive winter without modern clothes? The answer wasn't one thing, it was intelligence. Clothing made from animal skins, fire, shelters, food, cooperation, and thousands of years of accumulated knowledge. Winter was one of humanity's greatest enemies, yet our ancestors faced it again and again, and they won. The next time you zip up a winter jacket or turn on the heat, remember the people who survived with nothing but fur, fire, and ingenuity. Because if they hadn't, none of us would be here today.
If you enjoyed this journey into the ancient world, subscribe for more fascinating stories about human history, survival, and the mysteries of our ancestors. Because sometimes, the most incredible stories are the ones that actually happened.